man. Treyway, he doing his thing, man. Doing his thing. All right, you guys are tuned in with Nitpick Soups, and I'm here at Eat Academy. Sherrod. That's that energy. They bring them energy here at Eat Academy, all right? We're here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm here with Coach DiJuan Harris. Now, you're here. You coach the 4th grade team. Tell us what you were looking for out of the kids that were trying out today.
Energy and effort, most important. Those are things that you can't really coach. A lot of the other things you can, but the intangibles are uncoachable. You know what I mean? A lot of these kids got to have that already built into them. And of course, with the team, we're just looking for pieces of a puzzle that kind of fit together and make this whole puzzle work as one. So today, I was just looking for energy and effort. What kids will dive on the floor, what kids will fight for loose balls, you know, things like that, all of the small stuff. I'm not really concerned with kids who can put the ball in the hoop because, generally speaking, now in 2018, because there's so many trainers and so many kids getting different training, a lot of kids can already do that. But can you stop someone from doing that is my biggest question when it comes to tryouts.
All right, cool. I think it's funny that you mentioned, you know, training and how the game is growing. Let's talk about that a little bit. You're one of the top trainers in Charlotte. You've trained multiple people. I was just getting that work by a 7th grader, man. The game is growing, man. Jassim, he just gave me some work. 7th grader, you train him as well.
Yeah,
you had Steph Curry in the gym.
Yeah, I had Steph Curry in the gym. I mean, things has been pretty good. You know, I've been able in a little bit of time to basically reach out to a lot of different players, whether it's beginners or whether it's kids that's so far advanced already in the game. I don't like to really name drop, but like you said, Steph Curry, Jassim Felton, Jaden Bradley, Jacoby Wright, T from Fort Mill High, J5, Raekwon Brown, Matt Smith, and if I missed any of my guys, I do apologize. It's a long list though, but I've been able to reach out, touch these kids, and do things that other people aren't able to do because I'm still really into the game. As you can see, I still play every day. I work out every day, and that's not to say that a person who works out every day is a better trainer than someone who doesn't physically work out all the time. It's just that my knowledge and understanding is a lot higher because, yes, I did play, but I'm still learning every single day as I'm going on. And I'm still finding different ways to basically critique myself to make different players better in what they're trying to accomplish. So here at EAT, man, it's been a really good experience. Like I said, when we hit the ground running, we've hit the ground running. And now I'm always asking myself, what's next? What's the biggest thing that I can do? What's the next big thing that I can try to accomplish? Now that I've trained a Steph Curry, who's a 3-time NBA champion, now what? So just trying to continue to grow within the training because it is a big business. I'm still learning every single day. But eventually I want to be a guy who's able to go out, venture out and train different kids all over the world, whether it's in America or whether it's in different European countries where I have played, you know, European professional basketball. So my biggest thing though is just the outreach that I'm able to give the kids, the mentorship, because it's bigger than basketball for me. You know, I'm really into these kids' life on a daily basis. I text, we communicate, we find different things, and it's almost like a brotherhood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a family atmosphere because I just really honestly want to see the kid be better because in basketball may not always be the end goal, you know, but it's different things that you can learn through basketball that's going to help you out for the rest of your life. So that's the biggest thing, you know what I mean? Some kids that come to this gym, they'll be NBA players, but not everybody is going to the NBA, even if that is their end goal. You know what I mean? It's only a select few individuals that's going to make it that far. But everything that you learn up until that point, you'll be able to carry it out in the real world, and it'll help you become a successful man or woman in whatever venture you set out to do.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. I think it's important that you mentioned it's bigger than basketball. So I'm actually going to take it into a different part of this interview. We're here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I just got to ask you, you're one of the top trainers in Charlotte. So who do you think is going to have a good year this year? Or, you know, not saying that they had a bad year last year, but they just got better. Or who do you think is going to blow up? And who do you think that's, you know, the top dog in Charlotte?
Top dog in Charlotte, North Carolina. I mean, you got a bunch of names. I think it's opinion-based when you speak about Top Dog in Charlotte. I mean, there's so many really, really talented kids that's around the area. Patrick Williams, for one, at West Charlotte, who just committed to Florida State. He's a really good, talented kid. So to say the Top Dog, I've yet, and this is not no knock on anybody, see someone that just completely separate themselves from everybody else. You know what I mean? I believe Wendell Moore is a really, really good player. You know what I'm saying? He's a number 18th ranked player. He just committed to Duke. He's probably going to have another standout breakout year. He's very talented. His team is pretty good. They play very well together. But it's a bunch of names. You know, Jaden Bradley, who's not in Charlotte, he's right on the outskirts. So I'm looking for him to have a excellent year. You know, being a ninth grader playing varsity, I'm looking for him to have a big year. Jalen Hood-Shafino, which a lot of people may not know the name very well, but you will, because he will be a household name at Northside Christian. He's doing really well. He's playing very well. He's a high-level point guard at 6'4.5". Man, that's just stuff you cannot teach. So a lot of the kids that are very talented, I'm looking for them, and I expect them to have a really good year. Anything less than what I expect, then it is a failure. But the kids that I've seen multiple times, the Butler kids, Raekwon Brown, I'm looking for him to have a breakout senior season this year. And if it's anybody that's going to have a big breakout year, I will put all my eggs in that basket right there. Raekwon Brown, he's been here a lot. He's been working his butt off. And I just know it's going to all come full circle, and he'll be ready.
That's tough. That's tough. And I know you got to go. You're a busy man. But one more question.
Oh, yeah, take your time.
So actually tell us, you mentioned before that a lot of the kids' end goal is to make it to the NBA, but unfortunately that's not going to happen. But they can learn life lessons through basketball. There's a lot of good talent and talented people that's not in the NBA. For the people that need to hear this, break that down and tell them, that the NBA is changing. It's looking for certain things that you can do. There's good people that's just not in the NBA.
Yeah, so, I mean, the game, of course, is evolving every single year, and you see different teams and different players start to evolve the game in a way where kids are looking at these different things and different game plans and elements, i.e. James Harden, with the way he's moving and his footwork. He's changed the game completely as far as everything that has been under him as far as footwork and separation has go. You know what I mean? When Steph Curry started shooting threes, every kid in the world wanted to be Steph Curry and shoot three-pointers. He changed and evolved the game because of his shooting ability. Now James is doing the same thing with the separation. He's finding different ways to get his shot off and maximizing those two steps with different things that you do every day, like karaoke and things of that nature. But as far as the game and the way it's evolving, it trickles down from the NBA and it trickles all the way down. Like I said, a lot of kids won't make it to the NBA, and it's because of three things. The game has changed where you have to shoot past dribble every spot. The game is also positionless, meaning there's no more true center. It's not a guy who's going to just put his back to the basket, turn and shoot hook shot after hook shot, bang, bang. No.
Embiid busting threes.
Right. So the game has changed. You got to be able to do everything well. Whether you're 7 foot or 5'8", you got to be able to shoot, pass, and dribble from all spots on the floor, which done changed everything under there. So it's done evolved again. It's a lot of small ball now. The biggest guy a lot of times in the NBA game is 6'7", 6'8", whereas in the old modern days it was 7 foot, 7'1", big bruisers who just wanted to beat you up a lot. Now it's more finesse. You know what I mean? You got guys like KD, who is a legit 7 feet, who shoots a lot of jump shots. See what I'm saying? He passes, he dribbles, and he shoots. So you got to be able to do all three things on all three levels now. Not only that, but again, like it's positionless. And the guys now who are coming up must understand that even from kindergarten all the way up, you want to learn how to shoot past dribble, period. Shoot past dribble on everything. That's the biggest thing that I do preach. That is not no true centers. Even if you are a center with your affiliation or your high school team, you still gotta take the time out to groom your own game and craft your own game, because on the next level, if you're a 6'5", you're not playing center in college. It's just not gonna happen. So you gotta start thinking about future tense and not just the present and where you're at right now, but where you're going. And a lot of people look at where I'm at. I'm 6'5" now, but if I'm 6'5" now and I'm a freshman in college, I'm generally a 2'3". not a 4.5.
Right.
And in high school, you can get away with being a 4.5 at 6'5". But in college, you're not going to play anywhere big time if you choose to be a 6'5" forward or a center. So
and you still want to work on getting low when you're growing.
exactly. So the game is evolving, but it's a beautiful game, man. I really enjoy it. I'm evolving with the game, and that's the biggest thing. As in this training thing, you must evolve with the game. You can't continue to do the things that you did in the past because the game has changed and kids are so much more far advanced than where we were because we didn't have as much training. It was more playing to get in shape, playing to learn the game, playing to understand. Now it's more so breakdown, and if a lot of trainers are doing it, it's more so teaching in those training sessions. It's a lot of school stuff. It's almost like I'm back to the basics. You know what I mean? And I get in here, you craft kids game, and then you teach them why they're doing certain things and why, and so it makes sense. You got to dumb a lot of things down so it makes sense for the player and for you as well. You know what I mean? Because you're dealing with kids at the end of the day. Now, if you're dealing with adults who've been playing the game for a long period of time, then you don't have to because they visualize where everyone is at on the floor. But in training, even if you take cones away, kids aren't going to their mind and saying, okay, it's 5 guys on the floor. When I beat this guy, this is where coach is saying the help is coming from.
Right.
This is why I'm making this move. Right. So you got to teach those things because that's the reason a lot of trainers see kids train really well and it doesn't translate over when it's 5-on-5. You know what I mean? And that's because the breakdown is not enough. You must break things down so they can understand and get a better feel for why they're making certain moves, why they're getting to certain points, what sweet spots are on the floor. Why am I going right foot, right hand, coach? Why am I shooting this ball high off the glass instead of doing a regular layup? And once you start teaching them and then they grasp it and they see that it does work in games, they're more comfortable with using those different things because it clicks for everybody differently. Some kids catch on fast, they start using the moves the next day. And once they see that it works, then it's like, oh, I'm about to use them all the time. For certain kids, it may take a while because they're uncomfortable with those moves that they have learned, and they're uncomfortable with the spots that you're teaching. So they have to kind of get it, you know what I mean? And it's a slower process, but the biggest thing is trusting the process, Joel and B. You know, you must trust the process, and that's a big thing because it's a marathon, not a sprint. So in trusting this process, I'm developing. So when I get to high school, and it does finally click and register, I'm ready because I got a big book bag full of tricks. And now I can open my book bag and start pulling some of these things out that I've been working on all my life. Handle life, baby. Bag life. Now, y'all don't take that now.
Hey, bag life.
Don't take that.
As you said it, I'm like, hold on.
Bag life.
I like that. Bag life. You heard it here first. Nitpicks Hoops. I'm here with Coach DiJuan. And if you want to give out your information so they can know where to find you.
Yeah, you can find me at 500 West 32nd Street here in Charlotte, North Carolina at the EAT Academy is where it all goes down at. I'm DiJuan Harris. I am the head trainer over here. And my number is 704-361-1294. Again, 704-361-1294. If there's any information that I can give today or any gems I can give today, I'll just tell a lot of kids, man, don't look at nobody else's journey. Don't compare yourself and your journey to nobody else, whether you're in middle school, high school, or elementary. Your journey is your journey. All right? You got to trust your journey. Don't look at other kids and say they already got scholarships, where's mine? My journey is my journey, theirs is theirs. Yours will come when it's time to come. Just be ready and prepared when that moment does present itself. All right? Never look at the next man. Always look in the mirror at yourself.
It's tough. All right, Coach, I just wanted to say thanks for joining Nitpicks Hoops.
Thank you. Shout out my boy, man.